Coming up on MCTV this week,
and dealing with racism.
we recap 10 things we want you to know and take a look at the Jewish Vigil service. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV this week. For Tate Heibel, I'm Denzel Johnson. Religious and Spiritual Life Lux interns spoke about the 10 things we want you to know. On November 1st, interns Taylor Tramiel and Maria Concombe and college chaplain Terry Ott highlighted concerns students had about the campus climate. Student organizations such as Raices, Saga, International Club, and Umoja helped create the list of 10 things different underrepresented groups see on campus. The list ranged from preferred pronoun usage to being asked to speak on behalf of a whole group of people. This event grew out of the desire to create a more welcoming campus and understanding campus climate.
Because we felt that they really could benefit from it and everything like that. And if like the whole campus, like faculty and staff, everybody came, like that would have been wonderful, you know what I'm saying? But I think that it was really good to have that dialogue, and some of the dialogue it wasn't what we expected. And it also wasn't something that we were like, oh my God, this was so bad. You know, it was like in the middle. I think if anything, we noticed where we are right now with the climate of campus and where professors and staff are, and then where the students are at too. Because I think before we were totally clueless on where, which level and a level of understanding that everybody had of living in this space with each other. So.
The Lux interns will host dinner and devotion on Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Presbyterian House. In the wake of a violent tragedy which took the lives of 11 Jewish people in the Tree of Life synagogue shooting, Monmouth College held a vigil. College chaplain Terry Ott and assistant chaplain Jessica Hawkinson held this vigil to create a space for the community to grieve and speak on how this event has affected them. During the vigil, candles were lit, the names of the victims were read, and the service ended with a piano selection called Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Chaverim is a song that you sing usually to younger kids. We do it a lot at camp and stuff like that. And Shalom Chaverim, Shalom is hello and goodbye and peace. Haverim, my translation of it is to you or to everybody. So Shalom Haverim is peace, goodbye to everybody. It's pretty much just goodbye, my friend, goodbye. Yeah.
On Friday, November 2nd, the art reception for Objects and Experience was held at the Hughes Library. The solo exhibition featured art professor Stephanie Bogg, including 32 collage panels that reflected on the memories and experiences of the artists. The artworks consisted of abstracted imagery that challenged viewers to look at the world in a different way. The exhibit also featured a collection of old wooden chairs that guests were invited to move around or sit down in and relax while enjoying the peacefulness of the gallery.
The theme of this exhibit is somewhat described in the title, Objects and Experience. So the objects obviously are the artworks, but I'm also very concerned with the viewer experience of how a person can look at the works and interpret them to find their own meaning or what associations they might have.
This upcoming Friday, November 16th, the Jurist Student Art Exhibit reception will be held in the Hughes Library at 3 p.m. The annual Winds Ensemble concert was held this Sunday at Doll Chapel. The concert featured 7 songs with a Veteran Day theme. The newly returned Professor Juk was also accompanied by guest conductor Dean Petrie, a retired Galesburg High School band director who conducted the piece Arsenal.
Well, I feel all of the arts really teach a lot of things that can't really be taught in any other classroom. And one of the biggest is teaching a lot of cooperation and teamwork and a lot of nonverbal communication.
The Winds Ensemble's next concert will be Christmas at Monmouth on December 1st. On Monday, November 12th, the 3rd annual Wiswell Robertson Lecture took place in Doll Chapel. This year, the lecture focused on the topic of food and agriculture. With keynote speaker Kim Kidwell, the Dean of the College of Agriculture, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. During the lecture, Kidwell discussed the past, present, and future states of agriculture and the ways in which technological and scientific innovations have impacted the field. She also talked about the need for sustainable food systems and the opportunities that students going into the agriculture-related careers will have to greatly change and influence the industry.
This event is to celebrate a discussion of food and agriculture with the community. This is a fabulous opportunity to have a real conversation about why food matters to people and why we should care about it.
To watch the full streamed lecture, visit Monmouth College's YouTube channel. Taking a look at some events on campus this week. This evening, ASAP hosts Casino Night at 8 p.m. in the lower level of Stockdale. Thursday through Sunday, the theater department hosts Almost Maine at the Downtown Theater on South Main Street. And Friday, there's a Jurid Student Art Exhibit at 3 p.m. in the Lynn G. Everett Gallery.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at the preview of men's basketball season. On November 3rd, the Scots faced off against Knox at Sticer Field for the 130th playing of the Turkey Bowl. Up 10-0 after the first quarter, running back DeAndre Wright would score his second touchdown of the game, with this 46-yard run to put the Scots up 16-0. Later in the quarter, the Scots QB Hayden Nelson would then find receiver Yancey Williams near the 20-yard line. Kicker Joey Beal would finish that drive as he connects here on an 18-yard field goal. That score would take Monmouth to the halftime break with a 19-0 lead. Knox would score late in the fourth, but it was not enough. The Scots would win their 20th straight Turkey Bowl by a final of 40-7.
We want to keep the tradition alive of beating Knox every year. So this is the 20th year in a row we beat Knox. So we went into the game with the mindset of make it number 20.
The Scots season ended this past Saturday as they lost to St. Norbert in the Midwest Conference Championship game. With basketball season just underway, we talked with Coach Scribseth to see what he expects from this year's Fighting Scots squad.
Last season's Midwest Conference Championship team graduated a lot of veteran leadership, but Coach Scribseth feels confident in those returning.
DJ Swift has done a nice job, even though he's only a sophomore. There's a number of other guys, Jamie Cousins, who's a junior for us, Justin Batterton, Kenny Travis. You know, all those guys have been in our program for 2+ years now.
This year's offense looks to beat you as a unit more so than by individual playmakers.
We have guys who can do a really nice job of working together to create those opportunities for each other. And so far, that's been really, really good.
An area of focus for the Scots is going to be on defense, as this team lacks fewer explosive athletes.
We're going to have to be a lot more solid for the entire possession, and one area of concern right now is on the glass. Though we need to rebound the ball better than we are.
Ahead of the home opener, Coach Scribseth wants Fighting Scots fans to know how much they mean to this team.
Last year, we had tremendous support from the students, and it definitely helped our team. We would love to see, that type of support again this year. It made the atmosphere and the experience a really good one for not only our team, but even community members who came out.
Men's basketball hosts their home opener tomorrow at 7:30 as they play McMurray College. That's it for sports. Here's the rest of the scores from the week. That's it for MCTV this week. I'm Tate Heupel. Make sure to tune in next time for another great edition of MCTV This Week.
And I'm Denzel Johnson. You can also watch us on the web at monmouthcollege.edu/MCTV. See you next time.